Hola chicos! In this video, we're going to be looking at how to submit an assignment, how to check any feedback I might give you, and how to check your grades. These are really important things to know. Obviously, you have to be able to turn your homework in, but once you turn it in, you don't just wash your hands of it. The idea is that I give you feedback, and if you need to make any corrections or modifications, then you can do that and you can submit it again in better quality, okay? So the idea is that you're having growth and that you're learning and improving constantly. So let's get to it. You can find your work in coursework. So it's really important when you go to do your homework for the week that you have read the announcement extremely carefully. It's also really important that you have listened to the details on how to complete the announcement or the assignment correctly. So you can go to coursework, and what's super important when you're doing your work, you're going to go to whatever chapter you're in. Let's say you're in chapter 2, okay? And it'll have it in order here. As it's in order, don't forget to use the interactive chalkboard. So if I click on this, it's going to break down all the vocab. And it's actually going to talk to me. So I can click here and it'll advance through the slides. But don't just advance through the slides. Click on the slides and you'll get
El cuerpo humano, la cabeza.
So that's really helpful for practicing pronunciation, okay? So before you do an audio blog, you should head to the interactive chalkboard and make sure you're listening to how those words are pronounced, okay? Also, if there's any sort of presentation of vocabulary, it's important to make sure you go through that before moving on. So you have to do the stuff in order, okay? Finally, go ahead and figure out what your assignments are for the week. Head to them. All of these that say después de, there's a video there. And después de means after. So after you've watched the video, then attempt the assignment, because you can't do the assignment that's based on the video, right? So let's say you're supposed to do this después de mirar vocabulario en vivo. Let's say we watch the video, we're ready to turn it in. Well, we know we submit all our work over here and submit assignments. And we're going to go to our respective chapter, okay, or unit, and this is where we turn it in because that's the name of our assignment. Okay, now, some students are tempted to write submissions or add comments and do their assignment there. That is a horrific idea. Do not do that, and you'll see why in a second. But I'm going to say, I'm going to attach a file. I've completed this assignment in either a Word or a PDF version. So again, it's got to be Word or PDF. I've attached it here. I can see that it's attached. Everything looks good. I'm going to scroll down and click Submit. If you click Save Draft, it doesn't save it, turn it in. It hangs out in this limbo and it never gets to me. So you have to hit the Submit button, okay? That's super important. So I'm submitting my assignment. Now, again, like I said at the beginning, you don't just wash your hands of it, okay? First, you want to review it. I'll move my camera. You want to review it and make sure everything looks okay. Make sure the text looks like you want it to look. Okay, if it looks good to you, go ahead and hit OK. Now, I'm going to navigate over here to my grades. I'm going to show you guys a couple really important things. Once you submitted an assignment, hopefully I'll grade it as soon as possible. And then following that, you can actually see everything you've turned in here. Okay, now you'll see, because this is my sample student account, I've just hopped around. That is what you do not want to do at all. Do your assignments in order, okay? So, if your assignment has this exclamation point, that means I haven't graded it yet, okay? If it has a number here, that means I've given you a score. In this case, the score was 3 out of 4. If it has the speech bubble, that means that there's feedback for you to read. So what you're going to want to do is you can click on that and see whatever comments I've left you. But even better than that, I suggest clicking on the assignment and reading the comments next to your submission. And that way you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Because often in the comments I'll say, hey, check your concordancia on number 2. Or, hey, don't forget whatever, okay? So make sure you check your feedback down here, feedback to learner. All right, and there's one more thing I want to show you. Go back to my grades. On some of these, you will have, I know it's on this one, I can actually mark on the document, which is really cool because sometimes you have really specific things or things you need to check or whatever that I want to be really specific with you about, or maybe I'll highlight all the verb stuff that that you need to fix, okay? Because I'm not going to conjugate the verb for you. That's your job, but I can show you which are the things that you need to correct. So a tip that I would say is minimize this here. That's really helpful in making it a little easier to look at. Move this down here. And you can see I've highlighted that piece of the document, or maybe I'll leave a comment. So if you see in my feedback that I say, please review comments, that means I need you to go back and review the comments that were left for you, okay? Which might be these. So if I told you, please look at my comments on the doc or the document, and you don't see any, then there's some sort of goof up, some sort of glitch that's happening. Let me know, and I'll make sure you get those comments, okay? So that's how you do that. Now, once you've seen my, this is comments from the person submitting. That's my user account for previewing stuff as a student. Once you read my comments as my instructor to you and you want to resubmit something, the only thing you have to do, let's maximize this again. There we go. Is go right back to submit assignments and submit another copy. And that's it. Okay? If you have any questions about that, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye.